Yes.
Do I live in it all the time, or do I live in returning to it all the time?
Do I live in all the time, or
Live in it, returning to it.
Like remembering and forgetting.
right? You see, when you talk about return, there is an implication of a past that has already happened, right? So you are here now, go back after moving forward. So you are implying a movement which implies time also. But no, when you are living all the time, always there means time itself becomes immaterial. I keep giving this example, some of you are very familiar when I talk, a thermometer. How do I say it again? Thermometer. A room thermometer. It can give the temperature of now. It doesn't give you a temperature of even 2 minutes back, or it can't tell you the temperature of 5 minutes afterwards. It's always in the now. Its sensing capacity is always in the now. It doesn't go back or forward, there is no movement at all, right? So our consciousness is always in the present, like that, sensing what is, that's all. For that, it always is. For thermometer, there is no mind, there is no memory storage. It's always in the now. It doesn't know anything like past. So our consciousness is also always in the now. There is nothing like time past. This is what Peter keeps telling beautifully, historyless. So you cannot function, like a thermometer cannot function in past or future. It functions only in the now. It doesn't know anything beyond now. So consciousness doesn't know anything beyond now. So there is no acquisitional knowledge. So whatever is, that's it. That is consciousness.
Right.
So another equation, yeah.
So when you talked about the five senses and then you talked about the sixth sense, which kind of tripped me up when you said time, where then would you identify intuition?
we have the expert, yes, we have the expert.
You in talking about the Brahman and the Upanishads and that teaching and that, where would you put intuition? Because as you talk about being in the now, and now is all we have witness to awareness of the future. We have witness to someone remembering a past life or something. We have witness to someone knowing something is going to happen and not calling it psychic so much as just an awareness.
Right.
And so
right.
making past, present, and future in the now.
Yeah.
So where do you put into it?
Right. Of course, Peter talked about it. He has one beautiful metaphor for it. But J. Krishnamurti used to talk about it in a different metaphor. I'll first tell about J. Krishnamurti's metaphor. It may not be fully applicable. Suppose there is a big hill and a river with a curve going. Now there is a boat sailing this way from right to left around the hill. There is another boat sailing from left to right. This guy doesn't know about this boat, or this boat doesn't know the other guy, and they have no knowledge, they will cross each other. But somebody standing up on the hill who sees both, he can predict. He can say these two are going to meet. It's an advantage of perspective. That's what he is trying to point out. Or you take this example.
So where does that advantage of perspective come in the sense of intuition?
Yeah, I'll come.
That's okay. Is that what you're leading to?
Yeah, right. And I just wanted to tell about Peter's example also.
Oh. Okay.
When you see a movie, say you are seeing today, 2011, it's an event of somebody purchasing something or some such thing. Now, in that movie, you see another couple going to the market and purchasing same thing, but 10 years ago, 2000. But in that 2000 movie, it is being shown same activity going on in 1990. So, all these various events getting telescoped and presented now onto the same screen. Even though you are putting a timeline on it, you yourself are visualizing right now these different times lines telescoped into one projection, right. So, this is the metaphor which Peter gives. If somebody is able to see something different and all that, everything whatever is happened now. It's nothing like past happening, future going to happen. No, everything happened now. Only thing is we have somehow lost that ability to see that wholeness. See, we have lost many abilities that are with us by nature because we haven't been practicing them. Like the dog, because it is domesticated, it is so much accustomed for security and protection, it can't fight and live by itself in wilderness. It has lost its natural ability to live by itself. Similarly, we also lost a lot of abilities. For example, if a newly born child is thrown into swimming pool, we think the child will drown, little baby will drown. No, the baby somehow comes up, saves itself. Whereas if I am thrown, I will drown. I just struggle for breath and drown. So we had that ability, but then we lost it. So, a lot of these abilities come then about intuition specifically. See, why do you call it as intuition rather than a thought, another idea or another opinion? The difference is, for intuition there is no claimant of ownership. If a thought comes, oh, I thought of it. I wanted to go to Walmart and purchase that. This is my thought. Whereas intuition, suddenly I don't know how that thought came. That means that you, that individual who can claim ownership to that thought is absent. So, this absence of your egoistic sense is giving rise to intuition. Am I right?
Yes.
Anywhere near you?
No, I couldn't have said it better. That's much better than I could have done.
So, even
Then
Vedas.
there's, I guess, in hearing that, and I agree with you, there's something within us that then aligns with it and owns it then.
That is Brahman. You see, don't use the term ownership. That just happens.
Yeah.
That is Brahman. And that's why it is in you. You are that. The whole message is you are that.